Greetings folks, welcome back to James's Minecraft Journal, my single player series. This is episode 290 and we're going to be working on Moria, the mines that I constructed a while ago. Haven't really touched them since, although just off camera, prior to starting this episode, I did work on the gates. Now, you may or may not remember, the gates were originally just a couple of stone blocks that moved away and opened up this entrance. I decided to make them a bit grander. I should say the original reason for that was because I was trying to obviously hide the gate, so it was a hidden gate, but I mean there was a lever right there, so it wasn't that well hidden, so I thought might as well just go all out and try and make something that looks half decent. I'll show you the redstone in just a moment. So there's a gate when it's shut. I think it looks okay. It's quite basic, but you've got the stone here that makes a transition from the mountain, and then the cobblestones indent a bit, and then as you can see, that's how the gate opens. Unfortunately, you do see the piston heads, but I think we can live with that. I also hear a spider, so maybe I've not done my lighting up properly. So yeah, these are the gates. I think my plan is to have the hallway remain the same up to this point, and then maybe expand the cave and have it go diagonally downwards, maybe using TNT. We're going to forget these stairs. And unfortunately we don't have as much space to work with, but the aim is to have the diagonal corridor arrive around here and then just go straight into this room. That's the plan. Fairly basic. I remember I had stuff in here but I didn't particularly like it all, so I got rid of it. We've got a staircase down there that probably won't be used. I mean, we could maybe turn it into a rude staircase or something like that. I do have plans to maybe build a tower on the shelf there, maybe a small tower, I'm not sure, just as a bit of defence, and we'll have that linked up to the mines below. I'll show you the redstone briefly. Oops. No, that's alright. Basically, actually, I'm going to have pressure plates inside so that you can obviously shut the gates once you're in, but each pressure plate will link up to a pulse limiter here that activates this XOR gate. XOR gates have changed because redstone has changed, I believe. Basically you need 2 redstone dust on top. Maybe you always needed that and I just forgot, but the guides I looked at were old and didn't have 2 redstone dust on top of these blocks, so I thought that's how it was normally done and I just had to add that because of the recent redstone update. But anyway, then we've got the output of the XOR gate linking up to the 2 gates, one on either side. I can't really show you, but it kind of goes under the floor. Yeah, there's no way to show you without a trapdoor or something. And then it goes into torches and then heads up. As you can see, this is how we create the delay in the gate, just multiple repeaters, and it works fairly well. And I kind of like how it opens and closes, honestly. The way it opens is kind of cool. Maybe it'd be nice if there was a bigger delay between this section opening and this section opening. I think we'll just leave it. I'm fine with it, honestly. It'll do. And yeah, so the project is well underway. Okay, so I was away to begin making the tunnel, constructing the tunnel that goes diagonally down. And I just dug through here and I got a wee bit of a fright. Yeah, so I clearly never filled in this staircase. I'm guessing this was before I'd known or decided where I was going to put the main room with the bridge. Goes all the way down to Y50, so I mean, you know, maybe in another day and age I could have continued it down there. However, obviously I decided it was better to go this way instead of that way. But yeah, I'm just trying to figure out where to go now. We need TNT. Also, I changed the delay in the door, but it's not much. Basically, these 2 sections open and close at the same time now. Right. How do you dig diagonally down? Like, that is something I've never really thought about until now. Like that, maybe? I think we'll just use TNT to try and shape the tunnel. How should we do this then? Should we just like bung down a bunch of TNT and let it rip? Yeah, let's just do that. As they said in the Beyblade days, let it rip. Although let's be honest, that can have many more connotations than just Beyblades. Let's go. Oh wait, that might destroy the redstone. Oh hey, that wasn't too bad. So yeah, the only problem is it creates a bit of a square, a cuboid, which, like, it's not the worst thing ever, but it's not the best. That's part of the problem. The spider you can hear, by the way, is in the area below the mountain. I should really hurry this up because I've got a lot to do this episode. And I'm actually excited to build because, gosh, I got really jaded of building rail tracks, building mountains, building that wither farm. Although, to be fair, I think that wither farm is now the highlight of this world. Like, it's overtaken the city. The automatic wither farm, or wither skull farm, is now the highlight of this world. Is that what we're going with? I'm actually okay with that, strangely. Even though it's quite square, I'm actually okay with it. So very little time has passed in this area, but as you can see, there are that was not a good place to sit. Yeah, not much time has passed. As you can see, we're under the mountains that we built last episode, and Endermen have already gone to town in this place. So many blocks have been moved. So many of those fake snow, grass, dirt blocks have been moved. There seems an abnormally high amount of Endermen here. I'm guessing it's because the only other place that mobs could spawn in this general vicinity is the mob system, but Endermen can't spawn in the mob system, so the only place they can spawn really is here. I'm guessing most of the caves are lit up. I will show you my progress thus far. As you can see, we've got a tower built. I'll just, I guess, show you how it looks from the floating island. I mean, it's okay. It's not brilliant, but it's good enough. I, in some ways, feel, or in many ways, feel I should have added another block. I mean, I still could, in theory. What block would I add, though? I'm thinking of maybe spruce logs or something, because it's kind of... blends in with the background too much. So we've got the gate down here. I've only got 5 ender pearls, so let's make this quick. Gate opens and closes very smoothly. And you go in. This is the corridor that I blew out on camera. Got a pressure plate there to close the door behind you. And because I'm so, I don't know, weird, I've actually got a lock, because as you can see, it's open using a pressure plate on the outside. Let's say there's people holding up here, trying to defend against an invading army. Oh, wait, the army can just like go and stand on the pressure plate and get in. Oh no, they can't. We've got ourselves a lock. Enemy army charges at the doors, steps on the pressure plate, nothing happens. So there is a lock. There is a functionality to this door. It can be locked and defended in times of trouble. This is the tower. As I said, I might change the cobble with the spruce. It would kind of go with this floating. Once you get to the top, we got a nice view over the glen, over the ravine. And yeah, this is just for extra defense, I guess. I kind of thought, instead of just a shelf, let's add something to it. Let's add a bit of detail. We should probably put some torches down here. And there's a moth now flying in front of me. Got a staircase here. This wasn't here before. It is now. It links up the tunnel area with the shelf. As you can see, this is the diagonal tunnel up to the doors, the gates, and that is now easily linked up with a shelf. My plan is to put a bit of an armory here with tools and stuff for digging and fighting and whatnot. But then you go forward into the main room, the Bridge of Khazad-dûm, and we've got pillars on the other side now. They're new. I like them. They look good. I'm almost finished. I ran out of stone though, surprisingly. And then, well, this is as far as I've got really with my my efforts. I've cleared out the chests here completely. A lot of chests have been here, as I said last episode. They've been here for a very, very long time, years. And actually, a lot of the coal wasn't stored as coal blocks. It was stored as individual coal stacks. And at first, it got me thinking. I was like, "Oh, I must have had this world before coal blocks." But no, coal blocks came out in 1.6, and this world was generated in 1.7. So this is living proof that I used stone pickaxes to dig out the bridge room through there, or most of it anyway. One of the chests that I'd left was full of stone pickaxes. I'm trying to remember how much I actually dug out with stone pickaxes, but it was a fair bit. I think it was up until the bridge part. I've spoken about how I used to play in this world. I think I vowed not to go to the nether until like episode 25. I vowed not to use enchants until like 50, you know, things like that. I didn't want to rush into these things, and so, you know, for over a good chunk of the series I didn't have access to basic stuff. And the thing is, Minecraft progression wasn't as quick as it is now. Like, you see some people these days, they could be playing on an SMP for, you know, all of about 5 minutes, and all of a sudden they've got, you know, efficiency 5, protection 4, full diamond tools and that in an instant, you know, mainly down to either villager trading or, you know, just general playstyle. So although you could progress quite quickly in 1.7, it probably wasn't nearly as quick as it is now. In fact, it wasn't, because the optimal way of getting enchanted books was, well, enchanting. And enchanting, you didn't have the enchant preview in that. Snow, rain. Snow, rain. Okay. Minecraft's interesting mechanics. I'm going to have to fix this up. But I'll do that when I change out the logs. Incidentally, all of the logs got completely done. But yeah, as you can see, snow is piling up all over the hill, which, I mean, it is to be expected. I'm fine with it. It'll just give it more character, more colour, I guess. I guess I might as well show off what I have done. I should also point out, I've gone for a bit of pot lighting here, in the sense of I've placed a torch in one block. I used to do this a lot in my journey series, James's Minecraft journey, which is still going on to this very day. Yeah, so I've done a lot of pot lighting, which actually, I don't know, it kind of looks cool. Now, I know there's way better ways to light things up. It's purely just because I'm lazy, although I have used a lantern over here. The reason I've only used one is because the idea is it's not well lit, it's a mine, you know what I mean? Okay, it's dangerous. Okay, there's places where mobs can spawn, such as down here. Oh yeah, also this staircase is kind of broken up a wee bit, contrary to what it was before. But it's still, you know, there's going to be some danger, I feel. So that is what we are going for. Got the chests in place. I'm going to go away and enchant the iron helmet and the iron sword, because everything's enchanted here, so might as well be in keeping with that. Got a broken up floor, a bit of a minecart track, which is just something random to add. Waterfall into a pool down there. And the bridge is broken up as well. Of course, the Mines of Moria was abandoned in The Lord of the Rings. It was once a massive dwarf dwelling. However, in The Lord of the Rings it was very much abandoned, and that's kind of the feel we're going for here. That being said, this area here, the fact there's storage and it's better, you know, the lighting is better, this is more of a habitable area. So if, for example, someone wanted to recolonize the area, you know, this is where they would set up, because they've got access to the shelf, they've got their storage here. So yeah, this is sort of what I'm going for, a more habitable area, and then a more crazy, abandoned, don't really want to go here unless absolutely necessary area. So you might wonder what we're going to be doing next. We're going to be working on this room. So I think I've pretty much finished everything over there. Can't really think of too much more I could add. Does it look fantastic? Not really. In all fairness, I haven't really changed that much. I've just added a wee bit more character, a few more blocks here and there. I didn't want to change it so much that it was completely different. I don't have the time or the skill necessarily to do that. What we are going to do is we're going to change the back door. So for the entire time I've had this build, the back door has very much been like the entrance of a cave, basically. We're going to change that. We're going to make an actual back door, because what I want is the back door to be here, like in the hill, similar to the front door. Who knows, we might even make another redstone door, although that is going to be a wee bit more challenging with the lack of space we seem to have. So I appreciate I'm not doing that much work on camera. Again, it's because we've got a lot to get through today. I'm not finished yet, but I will show off the progress. That should be there. Let's go and get rid of that right now. It's one of those blocks, one of the fake snow grass blocks. Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of Endermen teleporting in here with blocks from the mountain area. Let's just bypass this guy. So this is the room that I have been working on. As you can see, it looks okay. Oh, sorry, I was going to add a torch there. No, let's just leave it. Let's leave it to be lit by the fire. Now, as you know, campfires have been introduced, but they don't look so good. I'm just making that point now, because originally I had 4 fires like this, classic fires with, you can maybe see netherrack under that. And I thought, well, we do have campfires now, so I'll see how that looks. Maybe it would look better if I, like, lowered it 1 block. I mean, yeah, it's not too bad. I just, in this case, I prefer the classic fire. But this isn't me going, oh, the old days were better, blah, 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 blah. I'm not, you know, I'm not being like that. I'm just saying I much prefer that look. But as you can see, we've got a bit of a crossroads now, which I kind of like. Adds a bit more to the mine. This way goes nowhere in particular. Again, we've got kind of hidden lighting, although it's all torch lighting. I know, again, kind of boring, but there you go. And to this side, we've got an even bigger cave system that actually goes into areas that I've not explored. I'll show that off real quick. This lighting is not hidden. Yeah, down here. I mean, I have explored it clearly because there's a pillar, but I've not explored it to the point where I have... Have I got all the ores? I might have got all the ores. I might have just gone down there and explored it without torches. But yeah, the lighting here isn't really hidden because... Well, I don't intend to come down here. It's more of the wild part of the cave. You know, it's a natural cavern. That's the idea, is to tap into the natural cavern aspect of this area, which I think we've done pretty well. So yeah, you will notice I've used by and large just stone, which, yeah, it's a bit boring. Part of the reason for that is because one of the things I hate about building is the palette, the block palette, trying to figure out what blocks go well together. I'm not good at it. If you've watched any of this series, you probably know that. You probably know I hate it as well, which is why I've gone by and large for just stone. You know, we're going for a simple look here, nothing too extreme. Could I make it look better? Well, if I spent more time on it, if I actually tried stuff, yes, I probably could make it look better. But, you know, lack of confidence, lack of patience, in some ways a lack of time, dictates that I'm just going to roll with this. And I'm happy with it at the end of the day. It's better than what we had before. Although, to be fair, anything was better than what we had before. Right, time to get to work on the door. I've got to give a shout out to a YouTuber called Chai, C-H-Y. He hasn't posted a video in like 5 years, and I'm guessing he probably had a different name when he posted videos, but he had a tutorial that was for a 3x3 or 4x3 technically portcullis style door, which we've got here. As you can see, it's currently open. Pull the lever and it's closed, and then pull the lever again and it opens. It's similar to something Etho has in his world. That was pretty much where I got the inspiration, but Etho also took a tutorial from online. Yeah, we're going to have to spend a bit of time covering it over, but I do like it. Does the job. I realised I wouldn't be able to do the same double doors with the back gate as well, the pathway's 3 wide instead of 2 wide, and I didn't fancy trying to learn how to do those 3x3 doors, so I thought portcullis, that sounds brilliant. Can I explain how it works? Sort of. I mean, you can probably guess. It's pretty intuitive. The fact is, we've got 3 lines of pistons up there. You can't see the third one because it's behind that block. And those 3 lines of pistons push the gate down. And then in order to get the gate back up, having flipped the lever, there's pistons under here, which I guess I can show off real quick. 2 there, and they obviously push up. So the ones at the top retract first, then the pistons down below extend, pushing the gravel up, which in turn pushes the iron bars up, and then the piston down below will retract again, and so the gravel will fall back to earth, creating the floor as it was. So that's a pretty ingenious way of doing it. Again, as I said, the concept is fairly intuitive. I was trying to do my own design at first, but I couldn't figure out how to get the pistons to extend and retract in order, because if you ordered them to extend in one way, it was very difficult to try and get them to retract in a different order, basically. And the rules apply that an extended piston cannot be moved, so you've got to be very careful as to how you order the extension and retraction of all the pistons. I think it's to do with this timer here, or this clock, or this circuitry here. I'm not overly sure how it works, but it seems to do the job. I'm not going to bother trying to explain it any further than that. So yeah, now it's on to the aesthetics, trying to cover over it. I heard a lot of spiders around, especially when I was up there. There's a cave up there? Does that have mobs? Oh, hello. Hello. Let's get rid of this guy. That guy, I thought he was going to punch. Be pretty cool if he did. Oh, I didn't know about this. Well, I do now. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Maybe we could try and figure out a way to get up here. It's kind of like a lookout point. Yeah, we should do that. Nothing like super duper spectacular. Maybe just a staircase or something. But this is actually really epic. I'm glad I found this. So this is what we've got for the back gate. Doesn't look outstanding. I was going to shape it in a similar way to the front gate. Obviously, it couldn't be as tall, but I still thought it'd be nice to add something to it. But then I decided it was fine the way it is. Also, as you can see, we've got a wall here perpendicular to where the gate is, and I think that would have taken away from some of the look. So what I've done is I've just reshaped the mountain a wee bit, and we'll just go with that, honestly. It's fine. That's what it looks like with the gate shut. And we can easily get in if we ender pearl. Okay, that's a bit high. Didn't mean to come all the way up here. Although, hey, let's admire the view. We need to admire the view of these mountains because, let's be honest, it took so long to build. We may as well make good use of it. There's the water streams there. Up here you can see I've added in another wee river that kind of takes the line of the old cave. I thought it kind of looks like a natural river, so I went with that. I will probably make another pool there, although it won't be quite as deep as the one at the front door. If we could just hop down. Yeah, I've got a ladder now. It's just a simple ladder. I was going to do a staircase, but there's not a lot of space. As you can see, some of the redstone does appear here, which I'm just going to turn a blind eye to, and we'll just live with it. And should I put something up here or should I just leave? I think I'm just going to leave, honestly. The idea of it is an impregnable shelf where defenders can like scout out the area, defend against an invading army from the back door. Although there is, believe it or not, a secret way in that bypasses the door all the way over here. Well, I mean, it could be a secret way in or a secret way out, whichever way you look at it. This cave here, an innocent looking cave, nothing overly special about it, but if you head in, I've been here before, these torches are old. If you go down here into the depths of the mountain, as you can see, it becomes strangely familiar, and boom, there you go. We've got a way into the mine from the outside without taking the door. So I think I'm just going to leave it, honestly. Although it does kind of link in with what I'm planning to do next. I might as well reveal it because it's going to take me a bit of time. I am planning to raise the water level out here, specifically over here and over here. So we're going to have two fairly sizable lochs. Just one here, one here. I'm not sure how big they're going to be. The idea is this place is difficult to attack. I felt like raising the water levels might be a way to do that. I mean, it looks nice, but at the same time, I think it would look even more epic if the water was higher. Plus, it could tap into this water here, any sort of pool I make. So that's the plan going forward. Don't think there's anything else I really need to mention. Okay, so this is the progress thus far. I've raised the water level about 10 blocks up here to Y73. I could afford to do that. We're in the mountains here. There were two natural barriers. I did have plans to maybe raise the water level down the whole river. However, I thought that'd be a bit too much work. Plus, we'd have to create some sort of natural barrier somewhere, or an unnatural barrier, a dam of some sort. But there was high ground here and high ground over here, and that was perfect to make a small loch that in some ways provides a bit of defence to the area, to the mountain biome from these hills over here. And we've got 2 waterfalls straying down into smaller pools, just so there's no like dead end, if you like. If we head over here, I did have plans to raise the water level here, and I think I'm still going to do it, but I'm not going to raise the water level as high. Thinking Y68 would be the best place to raise it up, yeah. So we would still have some ground. But if we did Y73, a lot of this would be underwater. It's not quite as high as the... oh dear. Poor soul. Anyway, yeah, so I think Y68 is the best height to raise the water level. We will do that, or I will work on that off camera. I will need to take down a few trees, fill in a few caves. Apart from that, I think we should be good to go. I was just filling in caves and whatnot, making sure that when we raised the water level it wasn't going to spill anywhere it shouldn't. And a raid, is that a raid party? A pillager party spawned behind me. It's not a raid, it's the kind of pre-raid. Look at that. Oh, they're all leaving the mountain now, but they all spawned inside the mountain. And I'm really hoping that they all survived. I mean, to be fair, this mountain does act as a massive defense against the villager. Well, against the village. Prevents them from going there. Let's go and fight him, I guess. Get rid of that guy first. Oh, some of them will be one-shots given the fact they were suffocating for so long. Yeah, look at how many of them are one-shot. I mean, I do have power 5, but... Is that it? Where did the other guy go? That was easy. Alright, I have completed my work, I think. The gate's still working. I did kind of see the redstone through the gravel there, but no worries. Boom. Alright, as you can see, I've raised the water level. I think it's at a good level. I like that. It did take a lot of time, several hours, but we've got it there. And the good thing is they fixed that bug where there was grass growing underwater. Pretty much now, you just need water to pour over grass for about 5 nanoseconds, and then all of a sudden it's gone. So it looks amazing. It really does. I do like it. Let's get a full look at it. In fact, if we go to the top of the mountain here. Right. Yeah, see, this gives you a really good bird's eye view of it all. Can we get that? Okay, it doesn't give you an amazing view, but as you can see, there's the raised water level, and it follows an old river valley, but it's kind of created a wee island here with trees on it, which I really like, and it's quite distinctive. And yeah, the whole point of it is just to add another kind of geographical feature, maybe provide a wee bit of defence for the mine, kind of divides things up a bit. Look at that narrow piece of land there, the mountain between the one river and the other. So yeah, we raised up a fair bit. There's not really anything around about it that deserves special note, but it's, there you go, it looks pretty cool. And I got a fair amount of resources out of it. I did have to raise the land over there by like 1 block, but I mean, that was fine. No worries there. Of course, we've got the pool on the other side, right there. But yeah, that should be it for this build. Pretty happy with it, and I'm really glad we dedicated more time to it and we managed to get it to this more complete stage. Although the fact there's loads of mobs around here is really annoying. But my own fault. I kind of made the lighting so that would happen. Anyway, I'm going to clear the chests and I will end off there. Thank you for watching. Don't really have a plan for next episode. Join me again to find out what we get up to. Bye for now.